We are fallen angels, a compelling vision of our origins and redemption. Introduction. A call to reflect on our divine origins. What if the story of humanity is not one of mere biology or chance, but a cosmic drama of celestial beings who fell from grace? Imagine that we, every one of us, are fallen angels, once radiant with divine light, now cast to earth to atone for our past and reclaim our place in a realm of eternal happiness. This is not just a poetic idea, it's a transformative lens that redefines our purpose, our struggles, and our ultimate destiny. In this narrative, Adam and Eve are not mere historical figures but powerful symbols of all humankind, and the devils we fear are the shadows within ourselves. Drawing on sacred texts like the Bible, apocryphal writings, and global spiritual traditions, this essay will persuade you that our earthly existence is a sacred journey of redemption, urging you to embrace your divine potential and strive for a return to celestial glory. The Fall, from celestial heights to earthly exile. Picture a realm of pure light, where we existed as angels in perfect harmony with the divine. This was our home, until a cosmic misstep changed everything. The idea that humans are fallen angels resonates deeply across spiritual traditions, offering a profound explanation for our presence on earth. The biblical echoes of our fall. The Bible pulses with hints of this celestial drama. In Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12-15, we encounter the fall of Lucifer, the son of the morning, who dared to ascend above the heights of the clouds, and was cast down for his pride. While traditionally seen as Satan's story, some theologians interpret this as a metaphor for a collective rebellion among angels, us. We, too, sought to rise beyond our divine station, and our exile to earth was the consequence. The apocryphal Book of Enoch, 1 Enoch 6:8, paints a vivid picture of the Watchers, angels who descended to earth, mingling with humanity and sharing forbidden knowledge. Their punishment was banishment, a fate that mirrors our own. Could it be that we are the descendants of these celestial rebels, or perhaps their very souls, bound in human form to learn from our errors? Global wisdom and the universal fall. This idea transcends Christianity. In Gnostic texts like the Apocryphon of John, humanity is described as divine sparks trapped in material bodies, yearning to return to the pleroma, a realm of divine fullness. In Hinduism, the cycle of samsara binds souls to the material world until they achieve moksha, liberation through spiritual growth. The Greek philosopher Plotinus spoke of the soul's descent from divine unity into the material realm, a voluntary exile to gain wisdom through experience. These traditions converge on a powerful truth: we are not of this earth, but from a higher plane, and our presence here is a call to redemption. Why this matters? The fall is not just a story, it's a wake-up call. It tells us that our struggles, our pain, and our yearning for meaning are not random. They are the echoes of a celestial past, urging us to recognize our divine origins and strive to return. If we are fallen angels, every challenge we face is a chance to reclaim our wings. Adam and Eve, the mirror of our collective soul. Forget the idea of Adam and Eve as a literal couple in a distant garden. They are us, every one of us. Their story in Genesis 2:3 is a timeless allegory for humanity's journey, a mirror reflecting our divine potential and our capacity for error. The garden is our lost paradise. Imagine the Garden of Eden, a place of lush beauty, where the Lord God made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, Genesis chapter 2 verse 9. This is no mere garden, it's the realm of happiness we once called home, a state of unity with the divine. As fallen angels, we were once part of this paradise, basking in the light of divine communion. The forbidden fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, Genesis chapter 3 verse 6, represents our fateful choice. It wasn't about a literal apple but a decision to prioritize our will over divine harmony. The serpent, often seen as Satan, is our own inner voice of temptation, whispering that we could be more, no more, without God. When Adam and Eve ate, they fell, and so did we, cast out to earth, where we now grapple with mortality and struggle. A universal archetype. This story is not unique to the Bible. In the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah 2:30-39, Adam and Hawa's fall mirrors our own, emphasizing humanity's role as stewards tasked with learning from mistakes. In Greek mythology, Pandora's box unleashes chaos, much like the forbidden fruit introduces sin. These narratives speak to a universal truth. Humanity's journey begins with a loss of innocence, a descent from unity to duality. Think of Adam and Eve as archetypes, as Carl Jung might describe them, the anima and animus of our collective psyche. They embody our longing for connection and our tendency to stray. Every time we choose self-interest over compassion, we reenact their story. But every time we choose love, forgiveness, or sacrifice, we take a step toward redemption. Why this resonates? Seeing Adam and Eve as symbols of humankind empowers us. Their story is not a dusty tale but a living narrative, urging us to recognize our shared journey. We are all fallen, but we are all capable of rising. Their exile is ours, and their hope for redemption is ours too. The devils within, confronting our inner shadows. What if the devils we fear are not external monsters but the darkness within our own hearts? This is the most radical and liberating part of our narrative. The devils are us, and overcoming them is our path to salvation. Biblical reflections on evil. The Bible often personifies evil, but it also hints at its internal nature. In Matthew chapter 4 verse 111, Jesus faces the devil's temptations in the wilderness: wealth, power, pride. These are not just external offers but inner struggles, temptations we all face. In Job chapter 1 verse 6-12, Satan tests Job's faith, but the real battle is Job's resilience against despair. These stories suggest that evil is a force we encounter within, a challenge to our divine nature. The psychological truth. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow is strikingly relevant here. The shadow is the part of ourselves we reject: anger, greed, envy, fear. Left unaddressed, it becomes our devil, projecting chaos onto the world. For example, consider a leader consumed by ambition, sparking conflict to satisfy their ego. Or think of personal struggles, like addiction, where the devil of craving battles the desire for freedom. Recognizing these as internal forces is the first step to overcoming them. Global wisdom on inner demons. This idea echoes across traditions. In the Bhagavad Gita 6:16-24, Krishna urges Arjuna to conquer his doubts and desires, describing the self as both friend and enemy. In Buddhism, Mara, the tempter, embodies the illusions that bind us to suffering. Samyutta Nikaya 4. These teachings align with our narrative. The devils are within, and defeating them requires courage and self-awareness. Real-world examples. Look at history's darkest moments: the Holocaust, apartheid, or modern polarization. These are not the work of external demons but of human flaws: hatred, fear, and division. Yet, history also shows our capacity to overcome. Figures like Nelson Mandela, who transformed from prisoner to peacemaker, embody the triumph over inner devils. On a personal level, every time someone forgives a wrong, overcomes prejudice, or rises above anger, they are slaying their inner demons, inching closer to their angelic nature. Why this empowers us? This perspective is empowering because it places the power in our hands. The devils are not invincible, they are us, and we can change. By confronting our flaws, through therapy, meditation, or simple acts of kindness, we undertake the sacred work of redemption. Every step forward is a victory, a reclaiming of our divine essence. Earth is our sacred crucible. If we are fallen angels, Earth is no mere planet. It's a sacred crucible, a place where we are forged anew through trials and triumphs. Every hardship, every joy, is a lesson designed to help us shed our flaws and reclaim our celestial heritage. The purpose of suffering. The Bible affirms this in Romans chapter 5 verse 3-4. We glory in tribulations, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. Suffering is not punishment but a teacher. Loss teaches empathy, failure builds resilience, and temptation strengthens resolve. As fallen angels, our earthly struggles are the fires that refine our souls. Individual and collective redemption. On a personal level, think of someone battling illness, who finds strength in community and purpose in helping others. Or consider a parent sacrificing for their child, learning selflessness through love. These are acts of penitence, aligning us with divine virtues. Collectively, humanity's progress, from abolishing slavery to advancing human rights, reflects our struggle to overcome our fallen nature. The civil rights movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., was a collective act of confronting the devil of injustice, moving us closer to unity. Wisdom from other traditions. The Quran speaks of the greater jihad, the struggle against one's own ego, hadith, Sunan al-Tirmidhi, emphasizing self-mastery as the path to divine favor. In the Tao Te Ching, chapter 16, Laozi teaches that returning to the Tao requires shedding worldly attachments, aligning with our narrative of Earth as a place of transformation. These perspectives reinforce that our trials are purposeful, guiding us back to our divine origins. Why this inspires us? This view transforms Earth from a place of suffering to a sacred stage. Every challenge is an opportunity, every choice a step toward redemption. By embracing this, we find meaning in our struggles and hope in our potential. We are not victims of fate but active participants in a cosmic journey. Returning to the realm of happiness. The ultimate promise of this narrative is breathtaking. We can return to our realm of happiness, a state of divine unity where our angelic nature shines. This is not a distant dream but a destiny we can achieve through transformation. Biblical visions of restoration. Revelation chapter 21 verse 1-4 offers a glimpse of this hope. A new heaven and a new earth, where God will wipe away every tear. For fallen angels, this is the fulfillment of our journey. A return to the paradise we lost, where suffering gives way to eternal joy. Mystical and global perspectives. In Kabbalistic Judaism, Tikkun Olam, repairing the world, suggests that we restore divine sparks scattered during the fall, aligning with our redemption narrative. In Sufism, Rumi describes the soul's journey back to God as a lover returning to the beloved, Masnavi. In Buddhism, nirvana is the cessation of suffering, a state of ultimate peace akin to our realm of happiness. These traditions affirm that our destination is a state of divine unity, achievable through spiritual growth. How we get there? This journey is practical, not abstract. Daily meditation can quiet the mind, helping us overcome inner devils. Acts of service, volunteering, mentoring, or simply listening, build compassion and unity. Consider the story of Malala Yousafzai, who transformed personal suffering into a global fight for education. Her journey reflects the path of a fallen angel reclaiming her divine purpose through courage and love. Why this calls to us? This vision is a clarion call. It tells us that every act of kindness, every moment of self-reflection, brings us closer to our celestial home. The realm of happiness is not a myth but a promise, one we can fulfill by living with intention and grace. Conclusion. Embrace your divine destiny. You are not just a body on earth. You are a fallen angel, a being of light with a divine destiny. The story of Adam and Eve is your story, a reflection of humanity's shared journey from paradise to exile and back again. The devils you face are within, but so is the power to overcome them. Earth is your crucible, where every trial is a chance to grow, every choice a step toward redemption. Supported by sacred texts, the Bible, the Book of Enoch, the Bhagavad Gita, and illuminated by the wisdom of Jung, Rumi, and others, this narrative is a call to action. Embrace your struggles, confront your shadows, and live with purpose. Your wings are waiting. Will you rise to reclaim them?